What's going on, everybody? My name is Darth YouTube, and I am back with some more Queen's Blade Limit Break video content. And in this one, I'm going to go back and take another look, or a re-look, if you will, at the Arrivals Summonings event exchange shop. I think I've done a video about this before, I can't really remember, but I've never covered the Arrival event in detail the way I wanted to. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to the video I promised was coming when it comes to blessings. I got a lot of information regarding that, and I'm looking forward to bringing that to you as I wind down my content support for this game. But I feel like we need to do this first. We need to do this because we need to talk about currencies, or the lack thereof of currencies. Everything in the game requires some sort of currency to level up or rank up. Well, the game modes that are generally associated with providing you with these currencies, or multiple game modes, don't really provide you a hefty source, and you have to keep coming back, and it becomes tedious and drawn out. Well, that's where the exchange shop kind of helps. The developers are leaning heavily into the Arrival Summoning, and therefore the exchange shop as well. And if you're not playing the game, you're missing out on a huge amount of power, but also in getting some extra currencies to help make ranking up processes easier. So I'm going to tell you what I spend my currencies on in the Arrival exchanges. Then I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going to go over what I spend on the Arrivals first. That way those who want to hear my opinion and then take off can. And then if you want to hang out for a few extra minutes at the end of the video, I'll explain why I spend it the way that I do. So the actual Arrival events happen over here on the right under the Events tab. At any given time, you can have one or more Arrival events going on. Now, a lot of people are exhausted with this. I am too. I think they need to slow down, but it is a blessing in disguise, meaning that you get more exchange shops, more chances to buy currencies to rank up your items. They've done it this way on purpose. You have two different versions of the Arrival events that go on. The first version you're going to get, or you may have access to, is the first edition. That's what I call the first edition run of a warrior. They introduced the warrior for a first time. It lasts 14 days. The exchange shop lasts for 14 days. Excuse me. And then you have what I call the normal Arrival Summoning event, okay? And that is the traditional 7-day, and that's usually when they have a rerun or another run of a particular warrior that has been introduced. So, being that you have two different versions of the event, you have two different versions of the exchange shop, and there are some minor differences. So, we just happen to have some normal and first edition runs going on. Here's a first edition run under the exchange shop. First difference is that anytime a warrior is introduced for the first time, they're going to give you the opportunity to obtain a Stone of Revelation. Okay. The second difference is the resetting books daily for the duration of the event. This is to entice you to keep coming back, summoning, maybe even buying books and spicy tickets. Now, this resets every day, giving you a chance to get books every day, so don't forget to do that. We'll talk about that more in a moment. If you go under a normal Arrival Summoning event, you don't have that Stone of Revelation, and the Arrival Summons and spicy tickets do not reset every day. So, here it is in a nutshell, okay? Let's talk about where you get the currencies real quick just to participate in this event and have it. It's quite easy. It goes hand in hand with the Warrior Quest. The Warrior Quest is a tower-like, can't see it here, Warrior Quest is a tower-like event where you go through and clear up to 50 waves, with one exception, Skill Dima has 5 extra. You get a free track reward and what's called the bonus track reward. You get access to the bonus track reward with diamonds and extra currency by owning the warrior. You cannot get the extra currency if you're not participating. See what I mean? The devs are leaning heavily into this system. So you got to use it to your advantage as well and participate. The free track provides you, assuming you clear 50 levels, 3,000 currency. The bonus track provides you 3,000 currency, okay, for a total of 6. Limited only by the amount of floors that you can clear. Now, with that out of the way, you have to participate in the Warrior Quest. So here is what I spend my currency on, starting with a first edition run of a warrior. Sometimes I'll buy the Stone of Revelation, sometimes I'll buy the Preeminent Pearls, but 98% of the time I will just come in here and I will get Arrival Summons and Spicy Tickets at 200 to get 10 and 200 to get 10 every day. For the duration of the event, if you clear all the tower, You get max currency. You can come in here and get 10 books every day. That helps you along your way with obtaining the warrior, and it helps you with sometimes ranking them up. Sometimes I get the Stone of Revelation, and sometimes I get the preeminent pearls. This is up to you and is going to depend on who you are in the game and where you want to be, mainly if you're taking it serious. I will elaborate on that in just a second, but under the normal arrival summoning, what you're going to do is you're going to do it in this order. Arrival summoning books, 200 currency. Spicy tickets, 200 currency. Spicy prayer tickets, 200 currency. Preeminent pearls, 300 currency. That's going to take you down to 5,100 currency. You're going to see that here in a second. So again, arrival, spicy prayer tickets, pearls, you're going to have 5,100 currency left. I usually pick up 5 special summoning scrolls. Okay, and that's it in a nutshell, guys. That is what you're going to spend your currency on, in my opinion, to start. Then you're going to come down here with your remaining 5,000 currency, and you're going to alternate between enhancing crystals, rune gemstones, and blessed dust. And that is it. Okay, so just to go over that again, first edition runs, nothing but arrival summons and spicy tickets. Some of you will get Stone of Revelation, some of you will get preeminent pearls, depends on if it's worth it. Normal arrivals, you're just going to come in here and get your books, pearls, spicy tickets, spicy prayers, a few special summoning scrolls, but whether you do or not, you need to limit yourself to blessed dust, enhancing crystals, and rune gemstones. That's it, guys. If you want to go ahead and get out of the video, because most of you are going to know why I say what I said, most of you want to hear a little bit more detail. So we'll take the first edition run first. Most of you, and I mentioned this in a lot of my recent videos, which you may take as negative or not, but most of you will never have one or more 12-star warriors. Stone of Revelations are used for 12-star warriors. Unless you buy these, you may never have one because it takes 10 of them. So every 10 warriors, new warriors, if you buy this, yes, you will have enough to upgrade your A warrior to 12-star. It takes 5 12-star warriors to upgrade your boot camp to where all your warriors are on base level 310. That's another story for another time, but upgrading your boot camp requires 5 12-star warriors. Stone of Revelation, if you're not taking the game seriously and you know that, Stone of Revelation isn't going to be for you. You're better off just getting your arrival books. If you're an advanced player and you get plenty of Stone of Revelations anyways, you already know whether or not you're going to get it, and you can get it, but the rest of your time should be down here on these books. Preeminent pearls are also worth it to some people. Most people will never have a ultimate warrior, which is what these are used to summon for, let alone rank it up enough to be viable in any game content. And that is a fact. However, preeminent pearls give you access to a summoning loot pool that is very lucrative. I'm talking about the only place to get ultimate summoning souls, fighting spirit souls, to be used in the fighting spirit to get bonus stats. It also gives you fighting spirit currency. It also gives you a huge amount of gems, and it also gives you a lot of warrior shards to use to rank up your warriors, star up your warriors. Outside of that, you don't need anything here. Now, under the normal arrival, it is pretty much the same logic, okay? A lot of people will say, well, what about the warriors here? You don't need them. If you're summoning, even in the arrival summoning, the way they want you to, you're going to get plenty of warriors, and between your special summoning scrolls, you're going to get plenty of warriors to level up. You need your summoning books. Why not prophecy orbs? You don't need them. You're going to get enough. You're not going to spend too much time worrying about these. You're going to get them in a few other places, and they contain older warriors that, while some are still cool to have, are not meta and going to help you clear too much past a certain ordeal. If you do get any of these warrior souls, you need to get the universal one here that can be used for blossoms. Again, that's another game mode that the advanced players know about. Why enhancing crystals, rune gemstones, and blessed dust? Why not relic stardust? Because if you're buying relics, you can buy far too many of them, and it's going to outpace the cost that it's not efficient. One of your primary goals in starting the game and your first year or two is going to be dedicated to obtaining artifact gear, ranking it up, which uses these crystals, getting your rune gemstones for your gear in order and reformed, which is what these are used for, and also working on blessed dust in between all that. You're going to get plenty of beautiful warrior XP through idle battles and your daily sweeps and coin trials. Coins can be purchased with a few coins every day as well. So even before you have your artifact gear, you need to work on obtaining crystals. That's where these crystals come in. Rune gemstones, you should not be reforming runes of a certain level primarily until they get to red, which means you're going to be stacking this currency anyways. But again, better to have the currency for months and building it up for months before you have the artifact gear, before you have the red rune stones, and then start to work on it when you actually do have them. Once you have your enhancing crystals, your artifact gear leveled up to at least 3 stars, preferably 4 and 5 for above par, and your rune gemstones kind of worked out, you need to pivot over to blessed dust. But as I mentioned, you're going to have several of these events going on at one time. Maybe use one event and use all your currency on enhancing crystals for one event. The next one you use on rune gemstones. And then once your artifact gear is in order like mine, just go to blessed dust and rune gemstones. And that's it in a nutshell, guys. There's nothing complicated about it, and there's a few reasons for it. Some of you may understand it. Some of you may not understand it until you get a little bit further in the game and somebody helps you out or explains it a little bit further. But that is it in a nutshell. You can't get the currencies unless you participate. And a lot of these currencies in the exchange shop you can get and use before you even have the items that you use to rank them up for. And that's going to put you far ahead of many other people. Let me know what you guys thought. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you spend your currency on. Do you even get the max currency usually on your warrior trials? Are you even summoning for the warriors? But what do you use your currency on and why? Until the blessings video, guys, I'll see you in the next one.